Hello, every pony art, Luciana here. Link to my divining art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures from Google and other places that is not mine, so please give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. Also warning, it's going to contain my personal opinion, so if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So I was actually going to talk about the flowers in My Little Pony show, and I know what you're thinking. Flowers, oh my god, that sounds a little bit boring. But I was actually thinking about the flowers before the sap apples, for examples, and also the joke flowers, the flower that Luna is sleeping under when she's in the dream, and the flower that comes with the rainbow powers, and also the flowers from Rainbow Dash's dream, and the flowers that comes from the dirt when Applejack is putting out dirt into the castle. And I was actually thinking maybe that the flowers are representing the same stuff as it does in our world. Now, I'm not totally sure, and I will put a picture here about what the different flowers represent. But most of us already know that, red roses is for love, white roses is for death, and, so on. Yellow flowers is for when you are being not faithful and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like there's just a lot of representation in flowers, and I really do enjoy flowers in real world also. So yeah, that is actually why I made this list. And also I do believe that the pony universe has more different kinds of flowers than we actually have in our world, or else the flowers in My Little Pony are called something else in our world that we don't know about. For example, the flowers before the sap apple comes, there is of course apple flowers, but we don't have sap apples, so we haven't seen these blue nice flowers. But before apple blooms actually, or apple gets onto the tree, there is these white beautiful flowers, and I actually really like apple flowers very much. Now they don't smell a lot as far as I remember, but they're actually pretty, and they're or a lot pretty. And then there is the joke flowers. The joke flowers is a little bit special in the My Little Pony universe, because when you go into the joke flowers, something will happen to you, as we see with the main 6. For example, Fluttershy's voice is getting deeper, and Applejack actually becomes a mini version of herself and stuff like that. And I don't believe that we actually have joke flowers in our world, not that I know of. I know that there is some flowers that can actually deepen your voice, and there's also some flowers that can make you trip out, or how to say that. So I will definitely recommend that you, if you're going to, I don't know why you would do that, but eat flowers, that you actually look up of where there's flowers and how they are known, and what to be careful of when you go into the forest and stuff like that. Maybe it's not you, but your child that are eating the flowers, and if they're poisonous or they are, dangerous, I don't feel like it's a good idea to not be prepared. So I really do will encourage you to look up flowers. I was actually surprised that we have here in Denmark, we actually have a few, I'll not say deadly plants, but some plants that are not good thing to eat, and also of course berries, and some sort of also fruit. And I was actually thinking that this would actually be, I'll not say a representation of the sap apples, because that is our world's the best apples I can think of, because I really do like green apples. It's actually some apples that are called Granny Smith apples. I know that it sounds a little bit weird, and maybe it's only here in Denmark we have these apples, but I really do think that the flowers, the blue flowers, represents the blooming of the sap apples, and the joke flowers are representing bad flowers or flowers that are poisonous in our world. Now, for the flower that Luna is sleeping under when she's in a dream, we can't be sure if this is a real flower in the real world or it's a dream flower in the dream world. But it's pretty big, so I will say it's a dream flower in the dream world, because if we have not seen so big flowers in the real My Little Pony universe, unless Discord had a finger into the game. So definitely I don't feel like this is a real flower, but in the real world we actually have large flowers and stuff like that. I actually feel like the biggest flowers we have here in our world is the sunflower, and there we can look upon the dream sequence with Rainbow Dash. Now, I really do feel like it's funny that she's scared of the cute flowers here, but it actually also makes a lot of sense that there is these flowers in her subconscious, or how to say that. Maybe she doesn't like the sunflower in general, and remember there's also sunflower seeds. You can actually eat those, and I actually feel like maybe ponies can eat sunflower seeds without anything happening. So if she wanted to get out of the nightmare, she could just eat the flowers, but I feel like she's way too over in her head. But these are an example of flowers that are both in dream world and into the real reality. And also in our world we have sunflowers that can be very high, and actually we have a world record for a high sunflower. I don't remember how high, but it's actually pretty nice. And also the biggest flower in the world, I believe, is a sunflower. Now I'm not quite sure about this, but yeah, I'll say to you, go and look it up, because I'm not that into flowers, so yeah. But then I was also thinking about the flowers that comes when Applejack is putting dirt into Twilight's castle. And first I was like, well, this have to be some kind of earth pony magic that the flowers are blooming that fast. But then I was remembering that in our world we also have something in the lines of flowers that comes almost instantaneously, or how to say that. We have some sort of grass also. If you put it into water, it will come almost at the same time. But I definitely feel like in the show it's some sort of earth pony magic that makes the flowers grow faster. And also with the sap apples, that Granny Smith actually knows when it's going to be sap apple season or harvest, or how to say that. I do believe that it's some sort of special earth pony magic that they have. And then I was also thinking about the normal flowers that Fluttershy actually likes, and she goes out and she picks flowers for Celestia. She likes to go to the garden in the Grand Galloping Gala episode and see all of the flowers and fauna that is there. And I will say that I was a little bit surprised about that there wasn't that much flowers into the big garden of Celestia. I was actually surprised that it was not that quite a lot. Maybe we haven't seen all of it, but here in our world, if you go to a garden, for example, we have in Denmark, we have Jesperhus, where there's all of sorts of flowers and fauna and animals and stuff like that. And I was like, well, this is not what I expected, but it's nice enough. So yeah, I don't know what more to get about this episode. Besides, I really wanted to talk about flowers. And also there is the flower that comes with the rainbow box, or how to say that. And the flower comes from the crystal tree. and I actually feel like that flower is from the plunder seeds that Discord actually had. So I will not say anything more about that, but I will say that I do believe that Starswell the Bearded and Discord is the same person with the plunder seeds and stuff like that. But that was actually all that I have to say today. Actually, do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. And I hope that you like this, even though that it was a little bit weird talking about flowers. But I definitely feel like it could also be very interesting with talking about, just flowers or something in specific, because I don't know if they're meaning the same thing in their world as it is in our world, but it can make it surely a more interesting episode to watch with flowers and stuff like that. But that was actually all. Yeah, okay. Bye.